Welcome to this step-by-step wild daisies in the landscape tutorial. Let's get started. Notice already I've already masked out the daisies and stems. I'm going to mix up some light greens. So let's use some cerulean. Mix up all these sort of different light greens. Let's use some Indanthrone blue, or of a warmer blue, slightly warmer light green. And I'm going to mix up some Phthalo blue as well. And that creates a lovely, beautiful, bright light green. And I'm also going to use Quin gold with, you can use that with the Phthalo blue or any sort of warmer blue, but I'm going to use that with the Indanthrone blue. You can see, oops, it's just contaminated that. You can see how different that is from those greens. It's very earthy green. Make sure you've got nice big puddles. I'm just going to go straight in with my large brush, light areas here. So literally just to about here, maybe, with all the lighter greens. So you can just paint all of that, but we can worry about that later. For now, we're just going to put all of these different greens here and there. And of course you can add to them as well. So really big brush strokes with all these different greens. Lovely. Even actually just using some of that quinacridone gold on its own is quite nice. Just going to use that down here, maybe just a little. Another great way of mixing a nice light green is using green itself. So I'm just popping that through here. So it's Viridian with a pinch of yellow. Now I'm being very naughty here. I'm mixing, literally using a huge brush and mixing my colours. I'd advise you, just if you want a little bit of control, you might want to use a smaller brush while you're colour mixing. But I find when I'm sort of feeling very passionate about something, especially working for my own photograph, I love go just a bit mad and use a big brush. So let's just use some of that quinacridone gold here with the blue at the bottom, but just through here as well, so it looks like stems and things like that. So you can just pop those through, and I'll go back with the Indanthrone blue with yellow this time and slightly creamier, and I'll just put through some marks there as well. So my painting has dried, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mask out some of those sunlit leaves in the distance and maybe do a little bit of masking as well in the foreground here. Dipped my brush into liquid soap to protect the brush while I'm using the masking fluid, and I'm just painting some leaves just here and there, but also some light areas that you can see in the background. I'm also going to use some watercolour paper here, as you can see here. I'm just going to mask out on the edge here, like so, and so I can create some lighter stems, and they can be masked out in the painting just here and there. So I'm just going to randomly print these marks using my little card trick here, using the masking fluid. So I'm just going to mask out also some leaves here and there. As you can see, lots of shiny light leaves just here and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz this area here. Spritz. So when I apply the paint, you'll get a nice soft edge there. So I'm going to start applying the paint, just sort of dropping it in like that over my daisies as well. Really load that brush and just drop in like so. So you're catching that lovely edge of where I spritz. And I'm going to just tilt up a little like that. And I'm going to tilt down a little, so it looks really natural and atmospheric. I'm going to spritz everything actually, so just get spritzing away. There we are. Just do a little bit of tilting as well, and I will spritz a little there just to make that look a bit more natural. So just going back in with my dark again, just here and there with a large mop brush, painting wet into wet. I'm still going to leave lighter areas as well, so creating the light coming through those trees there. Burnt sienna here and phthalo blue, really quite creamy and thick now. I'm just going to come down here just around where the daisies are, just so I get that contrast over those daisies, and just drizzle in that dark phthalo blue and burnt sienna. I'm just going to use my reservoir brush. You can use a rigger as well. Add a bit more yellow to the phthalo here and just start putting in little stems and things. This is wet on dry, just kind of really big brush strokes, and going in with some of the Indanthrone blue with the quinacridone gold, and just sort of painting some of those stems in there. Really big brush strokes, even sort of pulling it up there. And you can sort of do some bigger marks as well, like so. And I'm actually going to use Hansa Yellow Deep, but you could use your sort of lighter yellow and add a little bit of red to it just to warm it up a little. Now I'm actually not painting them as pale yellow as they are in the photograph. I'm making them a little bit warmer. They really stand out more. And what I'm doing now is just using a clean damp brush just to soften around the edge of those, just to make them look a little bit more natural. And obviously you can't see the centre of all of them, but I'm just exaggerating in some places. But you can see immediately it sort of brings them to life. Just keeping it really simple. Again, just softening a little bit there with a clean damp brush. Just a little bit here as well. Touch down here. Just put a little bit of green on the back of some of the flowers there. A little bit on the little buds as well. Put a touch of green on those buds. There. Back of the flowers here as well. I've mixed up some raw sienna with the phthalo blue, and I'm using the reservoir brush. You can use a rigger just to paint in the thin stems. You can also use the card trick as well, whatever you find easiest, just to paint in the stems for the main daisies, wet on dry. So I've mixed up a lighter green here using the Hansa Yellow Light with some Cerulean, and I'm just painting some lighter stems here and there, still using that reservoir brush, but you could use the card or a liner brush, whatever brush you find you can paint these thin lines best with. So I'm just adding them here and there in the background as well, wet on dry. So just adding a few more shadows here to these daisies in the centre, and again blending and softening. I've mixed up some quinacridone gold with the red, and I'm just adding a little bit of dark on the left hand side of the centres there, just to really make them look a little bit more 3D. I'm using a small round brush, working damp into damp. I'm using Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, and I want a nice big puddle of that. I'm using my size 6 brush, and I'm just spattering just to create a lovely sparkle. If you wanted to, you could use the white to paint more daisies as well, but I think I'll leave it there for now. So here is my finished painting. I'm just going to remove the tape now to reveal a lovely white border. And it does give me time to assess to see if I need to do any more to my painting. But I think I'll leave it there for now. I love this kind of loose atmospheric daisies, just keeping it really fresh and free. I really hope you found that tutorial helpful. Just give it a go. You may surprise yourself. If you like this video and you'd like to support the content I create here on YouTube, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? You'll get access to over 500 watercolour tutorials, many with outline sketches, and many of them as well are exclusive. Many of the tutorials have downloadable PDF documents with progress photographs and step-by-step instructions to help you with your learning. Here is an example of one of my PDFs. You've got the finished paintings, a list of materials and colours, etc. And then the step-by-step photographs with instructions to take you through the process of painting the picture along with the step-by-step video as well. So you can download this, print it and keep it for future use. Details about the membership can be found in the description below. Just click more. Thank you so much for watching. Happy painting. Bye for now.